Welcome back to Nonfiction November's Book Talks. Today I look at two books by Ibram X. Kendi. The first book is called How to Be an Anti-Racist, which came out in 2019, and the second book is the remix of Stamped Racism, Anti-Racism, and You, in which Ibram X. Kendi coordinated with Jason Reynolds. That book came out just this summer in 2020. Both of these books deal with the extremely relevant topic of trying to deal with racism in society today. Something that I really like about How to Be an Anti-Racist is at the beginning of the chapters, the author includes definitions. And often there is a racist definition and then an anti-racist definition, which shows the difference between the two of them. In chapter 3, though, instead, he offers for the chapter on power a definition of race, which may be different from how you normally think about race because most people define race in a scientific sort of way. And in this chapter, the definition says race, a power construct of collected or merged difference that lives socially. The author very clearly looks at the power dynamics of race. The way that people talk about race, the way that people deal with race in society, very much has to do with the psychology of power and how people try to have power over other people in their lives. The book has a mix of stories from the author's own life and examples from history. Lawsuits, examples of different historical events, as well as large movements for society. I think that anyone who is trying to have a conversation about race and racism should certainly check out this book. But really, in general, it's something that people need to read. The second book this summer, the remix of Stamped. Stamp had previously been published, and Jason Reynolds came in and reworked the book. Something that I like about this book is that it's divided into, for the main content, 5 sections that are organized by historical time periods. Though it does, of course, have an introduction and an afterword and all of that. The first section is 1415 to 1728, and the author goes into what he calls the world's first racist, and also goes into Puritans in the United States and how the Puritan movement really established a group of people who were trying to have power over everyone else, assert themselves as higher than everyone else. And in that ordering, of course, racism very much factored in, putting the minorities at the bottom of the power structure. Section 2 is 1743 to 1826. Section 3, 1826 to 1879, deals more with mass communication, as it talks about mass emancipation, but also the contradictions that existed in society at the time. Section 4 is 1868 to 1963. A lot of different battles going on and looking at how people have to survive in their everyday lives. Section 5 is 1963 to today. If you are someone who somehow missed out on this book this summer, then give it a try. If nothing else, you could at least read sections of it, even if you didn't read the entire book, and I highly recommend it. I give both books 5 out of 5 stars because they do a great job putting together that personal touch, like I said, with personal stories, along with the historical details, and trying to help people reframe their understanding of racism so that we're not stuck in old ways of talking about biological genetic science and that sort of thing, but we're really talking about social constructs and power dynamics and individual lives and what it means for identity. I hope that you enjoyed the book talk today. Join me next time for more of Nonfiction November. Peace.